All right, and we are back on the Mana Temple channel after a busy weekend, playing a little bit of Mono Red Eldrazi. This won the Sunday challenge, so very exciting finish there for the player in question, whose name I forgot because I was writing about the guy who did, or the human who did well in the prelims with it just a moment ago. However, the decks are not dissimilar, so they're very, very, very close, and so we've got Ragavans with the Eldrazi package. We've got the dream team here: Matter Reshaper, Thought-Knot Seer, Reality Smasher. It's pretty easy to pair this group, pair this group of cards with at least one color, and sometimes two. But then what are the other cards that we're playing in here? Well, we're still playing Chalice of the Void, Ella, Eldrazi, Stompy, or Smashy, or Midrange. We got some Dismembers here too, but of course we've got Ragavan, Nimble, Pilferer, and Fury, because these cards are just crazy good red cards in the format in general. While there aren't like infinite things you can pitch to your Fury, you do have the Shatterskull Smashings in your mana base, as well as actually it's the Shatterskull Smashings, because Eldrazi Obligator, I don't actually think you're allowed to pitch. I'm assuming you can't, because it says it has no color, and that's just a characteristic of it in all zones. So we'll see if it lights up, but I doubt that it will. But we've got Bonecrusher Giant as well. Just a good stompy mid-range creature. This is one of those decks that, like, feels like it must have gotten a little bit lucky through the course of the day, obviously. But you do have tools to beat up on a lot of the top archetypes of Modern, specifically Chalice of the Void, backed up like just by a pretty good like game plan. Fury can really mess up hammer times, so you need to get lucky when you can smash reality. Let's find out. Hot off our late night trophy with Velomachus. It's just time to smash. The Eldrazi are here and they're down to smash. So yeah, I mean, I'll probably repeat myself if and when Shauna shows up, but this is the main theme for the Dune movie from the 80s, which was David Lynch did that movie. And just the song was better than the entire trailer. For the new Dune movie. Yeah, I really don't know what that's about, Chaos Theory. Oh, this hand seems sick, so I'm going to keep this. If I can go a little up. Alright, headphone users, strap in for a second. Yeah, I'm really sorry, Kate. I mean, I just, obviously I have nothing to do with it. Like, if I could do anything about it for you, I would, but I can't. I have no power. I can't make Twitch work better. I probably should have fetched there. But I guess depending on what we're up against, I might want to fetch on 2 for a wastes. If this is hammer time, I do not. Okay, don't have a second creature, please. No second creature is great, so we get to stomp this out of the way. Deny them the mana they were hopefully hoping to have. I think I'll play the Vista, fetch the wastes. And then we could Cavern on Elemental later on if I need to. I guess this denies me the ability to top deck a second Temple for Smasher, though. So we came to smash, we gon' smash. Veemen Vood Desire. Oh wait, we have Smasher next turn anyway, because I got a treasure. Hell yeah. Going in, baby. Maybe they're trying to play around Fury here. Didn't cast Bauble? Was there a Bauble? Oh my god, I don't know why I missed it. I expected something to pop. Oh, it was because the Bonecrusher was already there. Sorry, guys. I've just started up. Yeah, I mean, what it really was, I just want everyone to know that was just because it was a confidence move. I just want my opponent to feel incredibly intimidated by me and all of my choices. Oh yeah, so if we yeah, it doesn't even give me the option to pitch to Fury because there are no red cards in my hand. This and this. So they have a 3/3. So basically my monkey can't attack. I'm pretty sure I'm just supposed to Jam Smasher here and just get in there for 5. And then next turn we have Obligator to pick up constructs or whatever. And Fury to clear the way. Although I don't have... I don't really have anything super impactful to do otherwise. I kind of want the other mountain because I'd rather have this cavern on Eldrazi than Elemental, I guess. Oh, but I'm not going to have enough to cast the Fury next turn. Thank you, Chaos Theory. I like to think... Like, I do a lot of running, so I don't think I have tiny legs. I just think that, like, it's very difficult to get a good impression of what someone's, like, full body looks like a lot of the time. Didn't I send a picture in shorts earlier this summer? I feel like I did, because I was complaining about the fact that it was no longer... I couldn't bear wearing pants anymore. It actually got hot enough out that I couldn't wear pants, and I was like really upset about it because I just don't like wearing shorts. Big honking calves. I mean, they're not that big, but I'm working on it. Jeez. It's getting buried by that saga. Shadow Spear. So they probably... Either they have no Sigarda's Aid and no Pure Steel Paladin, or... Huh. Yeah, this sucks, huh? I can Obligator one of their constructs here and then try to swing through. Stoneforge probably blocks my monkey. That's okay. And you can't pay for this trigger with Temple, but I don't need to here. All right. Yeah, that's the right. You can? No, you cannot. You cannot. I was correct. Yeah. Cast spells or activate abilities and you're not doing either. It's not an additional cost. It's not like Kicker. What's up, bro? I top forward at 2K yesterday with Hammer. Nice. Max, Jim, and I. Thank you for the what's up. Horns out. You're getting punked by Obligator. I know, Goddess Girl. Well, I talked about it during the deck tech. It's definitely... As long as I don't die here, we're in really good... Oh, I forgot about the Shadow Spear getting equipped this turn. Damn it. Although, they're at 2. They can go to 7. Or they could put it on and go on defense. I guess a second Fury would crush them here, but... Not a second Fury. A second Obligator would kill them here, but... Huh. That's a good draw. Not at the moment. Gosh, this is so close. I don't know, whatever. Elementals. Dismember, though, but I can't cast it. I think I'm just supposed to play Fury here and not attack. God. But I can't beat the... I don't know if we can beat the Shadow Spear at this point. The constructs just came out too big, and I had, like, literally no way to solve them. Probably supposed to offer the trade on the Smasher, because I don't think I'm blocking their construct. Alright, well... maybe we can play through here? Fury's pretty big. Of course, they still had 4 cards in hand, so... yep. Okay, that's not necessarily a problem. Yeah, I guess so. He must have been on the list, like, right away. I don't know. My opponent was able to play through our early game really, really well. I think they were kind of anticipating Fury, and they didn't play out the first Ornithopter. When they animate Inkmoth, does it put a trigger on the stack? It does. It does do. Yes, it does. Yeah, they're at 17. I don't know what I could draw here. It's not good enough. You're worried about timing with Dismember. Yeah, but they can activate it again if they have open mana. Oh, Charmaw. I think so. Oh, thanks, Tapu Lolo. Yeah, we 5-0'd. It was hysterical. Would that warranted dismembering the construct when they were tapped out the turn before? I don't think I had any mana. Unless, did that mean I was, like, not playing any other spell? Did that mean I was ignoring playing some other spell? I bet it did. Yeah, maybe. I don't think I've got my head on straight playing yet. I think I was playing the Obligator, right? Yeah, no. It's okay. I'm just saying, like, I don't know, dude. I missed playing a free bauble. Like, I just, like, I don't even know. I'm like clearly not, like, Magic awake yet. No, I never assume someone's being like, oh my god, you complete ass. Yeah, our curve ended up being, like, really awkward. After the early Smasher, it was like, I thought it was going to be really, really clean, but it just wasn't. I don't actually know, Max. It's... maybe it is. I don't know. I'll see if it... I mean... So it's not great in M. Hayashi Red in this matchup. And that's where I'm kind of drawing on my experience from. Okay, I really like the Chalice on 0 on 1, but I don't like the lack of land. Well, I really like the Chalice on 0 on 1, but I really don't like the lack of land. We got the full house, though. It's pretty pug. Man. Alright. Oh my god, why? Alright, sure. No way this goes wrong. Couldn't happen. Couldn't happen. Oh, did they take some mulls too? They went to 5 as well. Okay. Okay. So we've got Chalice on 1 on 2 on turn 2, and then the EE should be able to sweep up any 0 drops they play. Now we could obviously go the other direction, but I think that that's a lot less. Unless no, I want to EE, or I want to Chalice on I want to Chalice on 1. Then they'll have Seal of Cleansing and I'll just cry. But it's a good draw. Shatterskull, the Hammer Pass. God, that's a great name. So that matchup seems really poor. I don't think that could possibly be true. I am equipped cranial plating. I think I don't know how to navigate it, but I don't think this matchup could possibly be a bad matchup. I think that would be incredibly unlikely. Who named Shatterskull Smashing? Deathclock? Yeah, I hope so. God, of course. Just one drop into Smith. Yeah, there's the Ornithopter that I... Okay, so... Again, I think I'm playing this matchup horribly, but I don't think that it is a bad matchup. If we draw any red card... Of course. Fuck. I could have basically board wiped them, but... I have drawn red cards this game, I promise. They're right here. Here's the colorless, yeah. Hammer Time is a bad control matchup? No, it has a bad Chalice control matchup. And Chalice control is a deck that was built exclusively to beat Hammer Time. So, I mean, that is true. They just got Luris. Chalice control is not the only control deck around, but it's probably the only playable one. I'd say Grixis Luris is a control deck. Some people will call it a mid-range deck. I'm going to call it a control deck. Some people could call it a tempo deck. Oh, no, you meant successful. Right? I think you meant successful. Because other people are playing, like, I don't know, Temur Wreck. Jacob's playing Blue Moon. That's a control deck. I don't know either Turtle Power, but I mean, people are playing it. And it won a challenge, so... I mean, it has high card quality, and the red cards do play nicely in the metagame. And it's like E-Tron, where you don't have the nut draws of E-Tron, but your mid-range plan is a lot better. So if that's something you're interested in, this deck is maybe okay. Alright, we're probably dead. Unless I draw an answer for Luris. Although, I mean, this Chalice is probably doing good work still. I also feel like Moons should be main. Well, that really messes up your mana. You don't have enough ways to fetch wastes. And I think you've got to play the Moons only in matchups where they're, like, crazy haymakers. So I got to play this on 0 or for 2 mana. Blood Moon seems like a trap. I mean, it can't be right, but I think it's for things like Tron. I think it's for things like, I don't know, more greedy decks than Hammer Time. I think maybe I should have brought in the Blood Moons, but I was like, they clearly were kind of prepared for that because they had double basic, and anyway, I think we're just playing the second Shaper here, and they just get to keep their Luris for a turn, which feels awful. Feels like Obosh Red, but without the insane M. Hayashi cards. Yeah, exactly. This is like Red Smashy. I don't even know. Like, I don't know what to call it, but it's like. It makes sense why this deck is okay to me. I don't see this. I don't look at this deck and say, like, I can't believe this deck is good. It's like, no, I get it. It doesn't seem good enough, but Blood Moon seems less good than it did 2 weeks ago. I'm not sure. Blood Moon's definitely clunky, but it's, I don't know, it's not for every matchup. Yeah, the nut draw of Blood Moon is really good. Sometimes I look at my morning Babel and I think, I can't believe it's not butter. But then I remember it is butter. I gotta love that. This doesn't do anything. I don't need to play this yet. Just gotta... I mean, the Luris isn't doing anything right now, which is kind of nice. Oh, Margarine is absolutely for chumps. Margarine is garbage. Why would you put that on food or cook with it? My God. Yeah. And I understand some people grew up in margarine households, but like, It's like skim milk. Like, what the hell is the point of skim milk? Come on now. Oh, man. No, this is sparkling water, Chaos Theory. Well, it was. It's empty now. Okay. Do you have a Sigarda's Aid? Miracle Whip versus Mayo? Yeah, like... Oh, well... Heh, Keck W. You can pay to... Yeah. You can pay to cast a 1-mana... Wait, what? Engineered Explosives on 1? Is that what you meant? Turtle Power? You want to cast Engineered Explosives for Sunburst of 1 for 2 mana? You can do that. You just have to pay 2 of the same color or 1 color and a colorless. I'm assuming that's what you wanted. I don't know. Yeah, that's okay. Alright, I'm off it. Let's go match 2. No, it's okay. I've been hanging out in Spike's chat all day, and it's been... because I was kind of moderating a bit. It's been... I'm kind of like... I'm tuned in with chat. I'm just not tuned in with playing Magic for crap yet. This hand seems insane. Nerves and tension are running high. Yeah, I try to keep it as low as I can. And, like, I commented multiple times that, like, I think there were a lot of people in that chat today and etc. Today and over the last little while that either aren't normally there or don't normally talk so much or aren't normally as invested. And because of that, there's a lot more... The attention in the afternoon was too much for you. It's his fault to... like, listen, I'm not blaming the guy, because he's bit off a... Yeah, yes. Streaming right now. I feel like he's bitten off a big thing, and he... I don't think he should drop the race. I think he should just... If he wants to take it seriously for 2 days, just lay down the law a little bit with chat and be like, listen, I don't want to... I can't constantly talk about random pet cards or have you considered or super minutia lines or, like... But that's me. That's... And maybe he thinks that would be, like, too draconian. And, like, he specifically said things along the line... Well, not emote-only mode, but, like, they had slow mode on when chat was getting all riled up earlier. And that was helpful, I think. So I'm going to Bolt land on 1 and then Ramunap Ruins on 2 for the Chalice. Because we'd have to Bolt land on 2 anyway, and this deals damage for red mana. So this ends up with a net of 1 less damage. Unless I draw a pain-free land. But, give that monkey what she wants. I'm gonna try. That's a little frustrating. Well, maybe they won't have removal. Oh, really? Yeah, that's a wise choice, Canada, man. And, like, I tried to keep most of my comments to the realm of not really commenting on the gameplay, not really commenting on deck choices or deck building, and just commenting on the general, I don't know, character of the day, character of the chat, and just trying to remind people, like, I don't know. Try to keep it on an even keel wherever I could. It's hard through text, and it's hard when so many people are ripping through. I think the Randy Rootwalla pumped him up for a little bit. And that, 5 minutes of joy. A proponent said their dog had an accident, and they will be right back. He pumps everyone up, though. He does all right. I know. I'm assuming that's a pooped on the carpet kind of accident and not a my dog, like, you know, I don't know, cut itself in the kitchen accident. Woof. So opponents on No Companion, they're most likely on Blue-Red Murktide. Hopefully they're not on main deck Abrade. No, see, Hulk Hoagland won't take on Randy Rootwalla. He stays out of the modern queues in the afternoon and the evening because he knows. He knows what will happen if he runs into Randy Rootwalla. Was that real, last god? I didn't notice it. Rootwalla gonna run wild on him? Maybe. And in Spike's chat, I got to see a much larger audience, by the way, responding to Randy. And one of the things I consistently notice is people are always like, is that like a Latino accent or a Russian accent? And like, neither. Man is from Sarasota, Florida. Yeah, it is, but like, it's so funny what people hear when they hear something like that. Sorry, what is that? Côte d'Ivoire? Sarasota, Florida is basically Russia, TBH. Is it? So fun fact, my dad lives in Florida. I've visited him a few times since he moved down. And first we went on an airboat ride, and the warnings and the safety stuff were written in 2 languages, English and one other. Can anyone here guess what the other language was? In Florida, on an airboat ride, what was that? That would be a cool idea, Canada man. Cuban, Creole, French, Hebrews, Alex shitposting. Creole is a version of French. Chinese is funny. Russian, interesting. And Tapu Lolo. I know Cuban's not a language. I'm just reading them. It's Spanish. Vietnamese. No, the actual answer was what Tapu Lolo said. It was German. Apparently, the area of Florida where we took this airboat ride, once upon a time, paid host to a lot of German tourists. Enough that they had the signs for this airboat place made up in English and German at the time. It was one of the strangest things I have ever experienced. Like, just like, what? Really? It was just so fucking weird. Like, not Spanish. No. Never Spanish. No. German. In Florida. Excuse me, redneck? Hast du ein Airbote? You know, the Wum? Ja? El guten Boot. Das Boot. Oh. It's good times. So do I want to bolt land Matter Reshaper here? Yeah, I should probably start curving out. I know I'm against Murktide, but like, fuck it. I'll bolt myself, thank you very much. Aren't there German Texans? Well, I'm sure there's Germans everywhere in America, but... and Canada, it's the same. Because learning English for German speakers is usually fairly straightforward compared to a lot of other languages. So... it's super goofy Chaos Theory, but like when I see people respond to it because I don't half-ass it, because I do the best job I possibly can with it, like it works. It just works. And I don't think I'm a great performer of it or an amazingly intelligent person who figured out this amazing thing that no one else could have done. but it's enough of whatever it's supposed to be to make people smile, and that's good enough for me. Raichu, thanks for the follow. Lots of families are like that, Tapu. Samoan. Wow, that's very all over the place. I also love that you said your grandmother was full German, married your grandfather who was full white. I mean, Germans are pretty white, but like in fact, they've been known to have a problem about how white they think that they are. And I can say that because that's my family. Not that they're Nazis, they're just German. In fact, we actually might not be, well, so my Oma, my German my grandmother is from Germany. My Opa, my grandfather, he might be Polish, and he might even be Jewish, but he does not talk about all that. I don't think that he is, because he's been like, you know, a going to church, reading the Bible on Sunday kind of guy. Although, I don't know, it's the timeline of him being in Poland and then fleeing to Germany and then fleeing to America was pretty right on. So, ooh, Turkmenistan. You know what? I'm gonna remove some ignorance and look up where Turkmenistan is, because our friendly neighborhood opponent here is still cleaning up after their dog, apparently. Oh, there it is. All tucked away down there. It's in the same region I thought it would be, but yeah, there it is. So all in there with all the stands. All the stands. Is this an Eminem concert? No. Oh, there we go. There we go. Hey, buddy, Murktide this. Oh, we're going in. Bam! Can people stop standing in that region? I got nothing for you, man. Oh yeah, Last God. That was their whole bit. Cheesy double entendre. Yes, I believe Stan, I believe, means land. But, like, England still exists, which is England, which is, I think, a Germanic name, because Germany is Deutschland in German. Dog accident. I guess we're getting a free game. I mean, I am Canadian, Barbecue Hoss. I mean, we do, like, I can do an exaggerated Minnesotan accent, you know, and just like, there we go, you know, right on, which obviously doesn't sound like my speaking voice, but actually, that Minnesota accent sounds a lot like, some rural Northern Ontario accents. Buffalo? Well, Yeah, I mean, you don't think English is a Germanic language? I mean, it's literally halfway between the Germanic languages and the Romantic languages. It's kind of the... What was the really bad joke on The Simpsons? What about your roots? Well, my family might have started off about when the Angles met the Saxons. From Texas, and I must be a cowboy, and you must be a Mountie. Well, I'm a city slicker, so, like, if I'm one of those, you know, shitty city cowboys that all the real Canadian boys don't like. Do I want a Abrade here? Bonecrusher seems pretty bad against the Murktide, although... Like, so I definitely want Relic here, and I don't think I want anything else against Murktide. Is Polish the language that comes from? It definitely reminds me of like the Swedish accent, like the stereotypical one that like the kind of that the cadence is, right? The oh, you know, we're coming from Sweden, like that. You know, obviously that's like the hacky joke version, but it is not dissimilar. Doom cut all the TKS's league, and I like cutting at least a couple. Yeah, that makes sense. I might like Chalice was clearly really good there. I feel like I'm supposed to cut Ragavans. I think Ragavan only stays in like more linear matchups, or probably control too. But any matchup where Chalice is good, we're probably. TKS is strong versus... Oh, I thought you meant for the build in general, Turtle Power. I assume Turtle Power meant for the deck you cut TKS. You just cut down on TKS for the deck. Monkey doesn't get what she wants. PA Dutch. Yeah, Pennsylvania Dutch, I found out, doesn't mean they're actually Dutch. Yeah. I don't think Ragavan gets boarded out against everything Bronxy. Like, Tron, definitely not, right? Yeah, like linear decks and control decks, I feel like you keep the monkey. Places where Chalice is less good. Also probably decks where Chalice is good on 0, right? I want to make sure I can fetch a waste, because they might try to moon me out. Immigration officials are actually why people have a lot of weird names. Sure, but that's different than an entire, like, I don't know, subculture, region being referred to as something that it's, like, not. Monkey's one of our best cards versus Belcher. That is a linear deck. I think that falls into one of the categories that I mentioned, but yes, that is true. Dash Monkey. Yeah, I'll dismember that. When I build a deck, I tend to build it linear out of an idea. I playtest it and try to add nuance and cards that offer different options. I mean, if you're trying to test a combination of cards, yeah, that's a really good way to do it. If you're like, what is the potential strength of this core concept? you want to make sure that you get to draw and experience that core concept. So I'd say that's pretty standard. We'll walk the TKS into a potential Archmage's Charm here, or Counterspell, or whatever they have, because I don't want to just, like, do nothing. How do I do it? I mean, I just don't do a lot of brewing. Like, I've said this on stream a lot, and I don't think people listen to me enough about it, but, like, I'm not really a brewer. But if and when I do, I'll find, some combination of cards and think about what does that set of cards need to support it. So there's not often are there powerful interactions in Modern that I can think of that just exist sort of whole cloth on their own. There's always more that you can do to support them. And that's kind of where the rest of that comes together, I guess. Sure. Nobody's ever played the card Ceremonious Rejection. And then one of the truisms of Modern, at least Chaos Theory, is like, you can find a core combo, or you can find an interaction that you want to play, and then just hang a bunch of good cards around it. Like, just put good cards around it. Just don't play bad cards, play good cards, and you'll do better. Man, if they find a Murktide, we might get murdered here. I mean, Chaos Theory, what my recommendation is go play a bunch of the well-built decks and get some feelings on why they're well-built and how you can... Oh, nice job, Bronxy. That's a huge buy. You tend to learn a lot by trying to play a bunch of other people's decks. I find. I do. I'm trying to Dismember. Alright, I'm going to Dash Monkey here. See where that goes. Well, now I can beat the Murktide. Then we've got Bonecrusher and Fury on deck. Playing one constantly. Yeah, because then you tend to learn a bit about different sideboard options, different flex plans, what people are going to board against you. Yeah, I mean, you just have to... If you play one deck a lot... Like, so... Where my understanding of learning comes from is learning to be a musician late in life. And one of the things you want to do is commit to a single topic of study quite hard and make significant progress with that topic. So much so that when you leave focusing on that topic, you have sort of residual gain from that. Like, you don't need to think about it all the time to experience the upside of the work you did. So, for example, if you want to improve your time playing music, you work with a metronome, and there's a bunch of ways you can do that. And if you do it right, and you go hard on it for a period of time, you're going to make real gains that don't just disappear overnight. So if you play a deck with a very complex mana base, and you really pay attention to how you're setting up your mana every game, maybe you're going to miss lethal more often, but if you're playing the right kind of deck, maybe it doesn't matter so much, because assembling the right colors of mana is so important. They've got one card in hand. Pretty sure I'm just going to try to kill him here. And this is a trigger. They can't counter that. Cool. And we can stop them on the next turn to kill them. Trigger. Colorless. All right. You have been pressed to the cause, Murktide Regent. I've been a brewer and trying to find new combos since I was 12. Lots of gold fishing versus myself now. Modern's a weird place. There's room for brewing, but the limitations are very present that you have to be aware of. I agree, but unless you're being too strict about how you want to play an interaction, I think almost any deck can be put together as like a 3-2 deck. And that's really not like, and online is a brutal environment to try to crack into. Think you brew more than you actually play in leagues? That's not necessarily a bad thing, though. Like, thinking about the game is important almost as much as playing it. Thanks for the follow there, the Joe. Try to make Rampage... Rampage of the Clans. My buddy did that, Chaos Theory, and he got a pretty good deck going. Yeah, it makes 3/3 beasts, I think. Rampage of the Clans is the card. Centaur. That seems really bad right now, though. Like, really bad. Because your opponent's all, like, in a bunch of matchups, your opponent's going to get a lot more cards than you did. Like, you play it against Hammer Time, and you just die the next turn. Yeah, it's tricky, Bronxy, but I think there's a lot, like, you get just a very different... I am going to play Nizar's Griefblade, Tony Idaho. I just go back on my topic of if you want to make meaningful progress with your play, I think you need to go very deep on a topic at a time while playing. So, like, while playing matches, just focus on one thing at a time. Whether it's sequencing in a particular deck or... always paying attention to life totals. If you're playing aggro, obviously that's a little bit easier. If you're always paying attention to the number of cards in your opponent's hand. And there are a lot of people who play Tron and Burn and decks where your own play patterns are a lot of the time a little bit more rote and a little bit more simple. And it gives you more headspace to pay attention to all the little things happening on your opponent's side of the battlefield too. Oh, you linked this before. Hold on. Oops. So is it Guild Mage? 2 or less, 2 or less. That Goddess Girl said it better than I've been saying it. Or no companion, we're against Boomer Jund. Oh, no, yeah, thank you, Canada Man. Yeah. Right, exactly. Well, and the thing is, it's going to get worse, but you probably made some kind of more permanent improvement. So that by the time you come back to it, you will have had some real consistent improvement. And that's one of the reasons, too, why people will always tell you, like, when you're practicing music, when you're practicing any skill, practice each part of it a little bit each day. And by a little bit, it might be 15, 20 minutes. Because your brain actually does a lot of processing in between sessions that you're kind of not aware of, creating more efficient pathways, as long as every time you're doing it the same way, the right way, with a good plan and good knowledge. And that's the other thing too. You have to keep yourself on the right path. That's one of the reasons why it's so important to have a really good music teacher if you're learning music, or some kind of art mentor if you're learning art, and to watch videos and to take in information from people. Right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Goddess Girl. There's just going to be... And as you go on and on and on, like, you're going to keep discovering new topics. You're like, wait, I could have been learning about this the whole time. And it's like, well, no, you couldn't. You weren't ready for it yet. And that's okay. Feel is a great example of something that, like, for the first 2, 3, 4 years of learning your first instrument, you probably shouldn't focus on feel too much. Whatever comes to you naturally is okay, and having the idea introduced is fine, but you have to get other fundamentals in place first. You can't create good feel without good tempo. It's just not a good idea. Like, you're just going to be wasting a lot of time and energy on something that you're not ready to be working on yet. Let's attack first. Yeah, it's 100% true, Canada man. I'm a big fan of that lesson. Am I getting K-commed here? Sag? Sad. Right, tone is another... Tone you can practice without practicing tempo. Without practicing in time, you can make sure your touch is good. And that's really important to do. Just practice tone. I had a saxophone player for a roommate in university. Fantastic saxophone player. Not the best in the school, but he knew how to pay attention to what mattered. And one of the things he did when he was a little bit, like, just before I met him, is he apparently used to get baked all the time. And he would just practice long tones for like 2-3 hours straight. And it got to the point where he had just one of the best tones in the school. And he was not the most technical player. He was not the most anything of anything. But what he had was a totally unshakable tone that people were just like, it just always sounds like anything you play sounds good, even when you kind of play it wrong. Battlefield. Yeah. And that's the thing too, when you hear pros play on like really crappy equipment, that tends to be something you'll hear is like, it sounds so good when they're playing, but the equipment is so crappy. And it's like, yeah, because they play in a way that has good musical qualities. It's got a good balance. It's got good, it's obviously not on great equipment, but like yeah, you can like anything you want, Mort. You're not going to abuse it. Thanks for the follow there, Well Quinn. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They're almost dead. Oh, they're going to ping. Shit. I wasn't thinking about this. Alright, I can Fury this turn and then maybe kill them the turn after. Thanks for the follow there, Drugsy. Chupa Kuen? I don't know what that is, but... Why not Obligator kill Renaissance with his own Charmaw? Well, he just takes it back. Like, what does that get me? Now I have an Obligator in play, and now he's hitting with the Tarmogoyf exactly like this right here? I guess I have an Obligator in play instead of a Fury, but, like... I don't... Was that better? I feel like that's not better. Okay. Am I assuming Monkey's gonna hit? We exiled Fatal Push. We don't know about any more removal in their hand. I can't imagine what their hand is if it isn't more removal. This is 5 to do the thing. Yeah. Maybe we go Obligator, grab it, smash, and then hopefully they spend a removal spell on the Obligator, and then we get to resolve Ragavan afterwards. Really hoping they don't have K-Com. But if they do, I guess I get to discard the Ragavan and hold the Fury for next turn. Yeah, we're doing okay, Mike. It's not super good, but it's fine. Doing all right. What's the name of the atomic clock again? Gene Hoagland? It is Gene Hoagland, I'm pretty sure. Who's the drummer for Death Clock? Yeah, shock plus discard. This is exactly, well, this is one of the several things I expected to happen. No, not that. But he actually is called Gene Hoagland. The atomic clock is his nickname. We're gonna get Ravined here. Yeah, this sucks. And he talked on his instructional DVD about how he used to just spend a lot of time making sure he was like hitting the exact center of the drum, and how like having a good tone is important. Yeah, we just got crushed by Jund midrange. This is one of the things I was mentioning to people. Anyone who doesn't believe me, like, Jund midrange, man, it is really not in the worst place. There's just a bunch of like decks like this, like these midrange piles, that Jund can just grind you out really, really badly. Is that the Esper Vial list, Mord? That Tarmogoyf was super unfortunate too. We never had the Dismember for it. I want Relic. Maybe I don't need 4 Blood Moons here. I think Monkey's fine, because their removal kind of overlaps all my stuff. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Canada. Although it's funny because I find that Boomer Jund is actually a more aggressive Jund list than Jund Sagavan, which is really weird to say because, like, well, the Luris deck is all cheap cards. Yeah, Goyfitz obviously is a bit problematic. I guess I shouldn't be playing Ragavan if I'm kind of boarding the way I am. Yeah, E's probably better. This is probably a better strategy overall. I don't think I need a Abrade. We've already got all the Bonecrushers. Oh, we don't have 2 colors. Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, E only goes 1 or 0. Yeah. I mean, we could if we kept in Ragavan. This is no good. Bring in the charm. No. It's also annoying they had the extra bolt for Fury. Like, that was a real threat, but they had the second bolt and it just didn't matter. Got like a Bonecrusher and an Obligator. No, I want the Obligators. They're kind of like wind sauce. Nah, cut a Fury. Alright. Monkey. Monkey. That's a good monkey hand. Not perfect, but probably can't ask for perfect in this matchup. Is it crazy to go Relic into Dash Monkey? No, probably not, huh? I mean, they have no proactive plays on turn 1, but they might play a tap land, which gets my monkey through, and then if they have Wrenn and 6, like, it doesn't get to go going. This probably plays into the way we have to win this game, but I don't know if we're actually favored in a longer game. Probably not. But Relic on 1's a great way to start. We get the wastes here. Oh yeah, Barbecue Haas. It's some prog rock, man. You can't have prog rock without acoustic organs. I was supposed to relic them in response to this. We'll just do it when they put the spell on the stack. Put in a tap land. F6 equity. This is yes. All caps. I don't know if it actually has to be all caps for the band. Going to eat ice cream cake like an adult. Is there any other way to eat it? All right, so if they have Ren and 6, they can't pick up a land here, which is nice. If they were counting on it. Vasisloan. Croxa. Yikes. Am I ditching TKS here? No, I'm probably ditching Bonecrusher. Ah! I thought not being able to take a Kolaghan's command is probably too important. Not even specifically Kolaghan's command, but like any of their 2-for-1s. If we get ahead of the ball and get a Bloodbraid Elf out of their hand or something. Thanks for follow there, Admiral Alaric. Alright, let's top deck a land. 24 land deck, people. Never didn't draw the 4th land when we needed it. Push goes exile, no kidding. Here comes the K-Com. And then we're a big bowl of Upsetty. We're gonna get smashed by Boomerjun on 2 games. Yep. I don't really think I could have just like sat there and held up the mana though. Like we're not doing anything that way. But maybe I was supposed to. If I was playing M. Hayashi Red, I would have felt comfortable doing that. And maybe I'm supposed to play this deck slower than I think I am. Oh, for the love of... Come on, land, land, land! Obligator. Alright. 3-1 haste. Go get him. Second K-Com? Come on. Oh. That took a long time to cast. Heat and Bolt in the yard. Alright. I would like to top deck a Fury, but I don't have a red card to pitch to it. Oh my god. Come on! K-Com on! Good god. That's awful. But wonderful. Alright, they got 2 cards. Maybe they're not both removal. Oh, they're not. Alright. But, like, I'm not getting through this anytime soon. We gotta draw land and fear. Oh, come on. Oh, they've got the Croxa. Alright, I'm off it. We're not winning that matchup either. So, 0-2-2-0-0-2. This has been a very, stilted thing. And we 2-0'd Murktide. And we lost a Hammer at first. But I think against Hammer, I just don't really understand what this deck is supposed to be doing. I don't think it actually has a bad hammer matchup. I think that would be very unlikely. But, I mean, in an entire challenge, it is possible to hit hammer once and get lucky. It's possible. So... Let's go. Let's go. Q is jerking me around. There we go. Alright, his hand seems really good again, but that's happened a lot of games. Junt. Oh, it might be Dredge. I have seen Dredge popping up. Well, game one feels like we don't have a shot, but let's see. Lavax. No Lavax. That's not too bad. Notes in an octave when you normally need to be. Nope. Oh, it's gonna be Jund Sacrifice. Got it. Okay. Sorry to break your heart, Chaos Theory, but I think it's Jund Sacrifice. Okay, so we'll stamp. Bonecrusher's ready. I love giving a good one. Where are you?
Yeah, I'm a monkey. Give this monkey what she wants.
Bloodgat. Actually, I don't want to play it. Stay in exile. Stay right there, you. Oh my God, Notes. Are you a substitute teacher as your main gig? This is probably the devil. Oh God. Well, I have Fury, but feels pretty bad, man. Okay, well. This isn't quite good enough. This isn't quite good enough. Probably Fury plus Chalice on 2. Release to the Wind does Canada Man, right? Oh, Mord's previous version had Release to the Wind. Right, okay. Maybe you'd... whatever. I'm probably just supposed to cast Thought-Knot Seer first. That makes sense. and see if we can't snipe a Collected Company. And if their hand is kind of weak, we might Fury and then just go all in. Their hand is super weak. All right. Their hand is so weak that I don't need to Fury and go all in, right? Although I guess we just play Bonecrusher next turn. Yeah, let's play the Fury. And if I have nothing better to do next turn, we can always just Chalice on 2. Yeah, alright. I got that one. Because Chalice on 2 is where we want to be because of Goblin Bombardment. So I think this is a really bad Ragavan matchup. Is it? No, they're... Maybe on the draw it is. And then I think I want Blood Moon in. Spike stacks are notorious recently for being really bad at Ephemerate won't do it, but Delay will. Delay says you get to cast the spell without paying its cost when it comes off suspend, which means you can choose either side of it. You can play the Valky. And then Release to the Wind is the same. You get to play, although More didn't mention the card Release to the Wind. I guess with Relic, Chalice doesn't make sense, but I really want Relic. Is there anything better in this sideboard here? Oh, well, it's 4th Blood Moon. 1 Obsidian Charmaw? Anyone in for Obsidian Charmaw? We'll keep Ragavan as a red card, pitch to Fury. Or, like, occasionally it's valuable. Yeah, we'll draw the lands we need. We got a lot of removal. Hopefully that's good enough. I mean, I really wish I had a Relic, but I'm sure we'll draw one. They mull the 6. Their deck is super grindy. It's able to create a lot of value, so... Alright, so we got a Shatterskull. Blah, blah. Bombardment, sure. That card's not problematic for us, Copium. So I want to keep the Abrade. Oh no! Well, actually, they could sacrifice whatever I was targeting. This is fine. It's not great, but it's fine. They didn't sacrifice it. Okay, whatever. We now return to another match of Punt Counter Punt, live on the Mana Symbol channel. I'd like to remind everyone that they have no turn 3 play? Jesus Christ. Alright. We don't need double wingding for anything, so let's just get a Shaper down. Matter Reshaper's ready. Shaper's out, y'all. Shaper's out. Main phase Coco? Main phase Coco. "26 hits, opponent." Oh, they got him. Is that a 3-hour drive notes in an octave? This is like a 3-hour drive. That is dumb. Oh, round trip. Okay. So 3 hours of driving, though. I guess we could just attack, see what they do. Because if I fire off a Braid on Mayhem Devil, they just sack it to kill a Matter Reshaper. Maybe we get free damage in here. They're just going to take it? Nice. Free damage. I don't want to leave this Ragavan in play, though. Damn it. I got to do something. Fury seems like such a bad trade here, though. I think I got to. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to Fury, wipe their board. They get to wipe my board if they want to. But depending on what the Matter Reshaper flips up, we might be able to play some stuff. If I hit a Temple, we can play Shaper Bonecrusher. Yeah, notes, I definitely, back in the day, I worked for Starbucks in downtown Toronto, and I was definitely going in way earlier than... Come on! You don't gotta give it to me this easy, opponent. You really don't. Anyway, yeah, I actually enjoyed... I loved going through the city kind of as it was waking up. But that was... I mean, I was 19, 20, 21 years old, so I was young and stupid. Still, I kind of dig it. One of my favorite ones was when I was going in on the Monday morning after Caravana. And there were people going in for pizza at the Big Slice, which is just a place. And... They were lined up for pizza at the Big Slice at, 5 in the morning after, probably 2.5 solid days of partying. Big Slice, by the way, visible in the movie Suicide Squad or The Suicide Squad? The bad one, the first one. You can see it in the Joker Harley Quinn scene. They didn't change the sign. It was actually really surprising when I watched that movie. I was like, oh, this is the Big Slice. It's just called the Big Slice. Because Toronto is used for not a small amount of movies, and usually when it is, I notice that they usually change the names of businesses and such. So they could use sacrificing things to kill Bonecrusher and then cast it off of Doffy. But, whatever. I'm going to clear my Reshaper here. That's fine. Ran and sacks, sure. Doesn't really do... Oh, they can ping plus use the Bloodstained Mire. Yeah. Well played, opponent. So we're going to take 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we could take 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We're almost dead. If they had a single more creature, we would be dead. But they can't really go all in here because then we kill them in the crackback. Does the treasure give lethal? They'll be one short. They'd be one short. I also have a red mana open, so maybe that's a consideration from their side. They flipped up a Shatterskull Smashing. Yeah, it's not going to do anything for you. Not attacking with Dothy is just wrong, right? Like, they're not going to cast my Matter Reshaper. What are they doing? Did they not realize it can't? I don't know. I'm going to kill my... Oh, okay, because it's not going to trigger. That makes sense. Yeah. And they're going to cast one of the Reality Shaper... Or, yeah, Matter Shapers. Because it's a better blocker than Dothy. Yeah, it's not been going particularly well, Kaya. I think I misboarded against Hammer Time in the first match. And then the third match we played against Boomerjund, and they just annihilated us. Like, just all their 2-for-1s lined up way better against... They failed to play the Matter Reshaper. Okay. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, we got crushed by Boomerjund. It was not a competition. I didn't feel competitive in either game. It was, like, not close. The Tarmogoyf just crushed us in game 1. And they just had nonstop 2-for-1s in game 2, and we just couldn't get through anything. I'll be back in 1 second. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I wanted to do that, Kaya, but they managed to kill a Thought-Knot Seer. They had a bolt off the top that killed my Thought-Knot Seer that would have basically made it lethal, made my next attack lethal, and then I was like in this really awkward spot where like the Goyf just raced me on its own. That was game 1. Game 2, I just got obliterated. Like it was like not even close. So Mord's most recent draft of Espervile. You and your one of Charming Prince. There we go. That looks like better Eldrazi in Texas. Yeah, I guess so. You could call it that. Okay, good. Show notes for the new episode of Twim has a bar chart on it, guys. A bar chart. Look at it. Look at it. No one submitted it, Martinez. We're just talking about a potential build. I have played one version of a deck like this, and I did not like any of the trying to cheat Valky into play stuff. Just period. It didn't work for me, and I thought it was bad and crappy. Okay, so we're just probably pitching this Ragavan to... I should have played the... Well, I want the Dismember up just in case. Yeah. I'm not interested in playing Moore's List anywhere near what it is as it is. If I wanted to play Esper Vile, I would want to play like Kitesail Freebooter and Meddling Mage with Aether Vial, Charming Prince, Thalia. It's like playing humans without playing the human tribal payoffs, which admittedly sounds like a terrible deck. But maybe it's not. You're also adding Urian? You're going to water down your number of Valkies? I mean... Just because he's not Tom Hiddleston doesn't mean Tybalt isn't a good Loki. No, the Tybalt being Tybalt means he's not a good Loki. The question is he low-key not a good Loki, or is it higher key than that? That's the real question. I want to have the option to stomp. The Fire and the Fury. Oh, yeah. Who wants the extra damage? I don't like Esper Sentinel. Take the extra point, you nerd. Boo! Something about Kaya's response was my favorite one. Boo! Boo! Bad jokes, get out! Need more Valky Ephemerate consistency? Using Suspend on my Valky's pitch elementals. Your joke was bad and you should feel bad. You still have Zoidberg. You all still have Zoidberg. I love that. Alright, I guess we're bolting. We've used our red cards to do the thing we wanted to do all along. Play Thought-Knot. Holy crap. Well, if they top deck a Pure Steel, I'm probably super ultra mega dead. Anyone want to buy a hammer? Rip us. I mean, they don't have any way to get it into play. Luris doesn't get one. Like, we're not in trouble yet. They just buy Luris. Yeah, I mean... I could go double Dismember and cut them off the Luris, but it's not worth doing. Especially now that I have a Fury and a bunch of Dismembers. Oh, wait. No, we just TK's the Luris. Get out of here. Get out. And we knew what they drew was the Ornithopter. We came here to do what we wanted to do all along. Just jam some Eldrazi. Sure. Nice. Quality gameplay. Are they only going to hold one hammer? Opponent, what if you draw... This is the one card you drew. You're not playing both hammers. Oh, you're equipping Shadow Spear to the Esper Sentinel? Yeah. Okay. Fine. Whatever. Get out of here. Yeah, I figured it out afterwards. What are you going to do, attack? Really? Is this... Okay. This is where we're at, huh? Alright. Did the hell? Oh. Uh-oh. There we go. Yeah, we just do this. What is with the way Canadians pronounce about and out? Like, is there a source of it? I think it's just, like, different ethnic groups that migrated to Canada early on. It has nothing to do with the French part of Canada, that's for sure. Cast Chalice on one, then with the Sentinel trigger on the stack, dismember it. Yeah, that would have been way better. Got him. I respect my opponent. Want to play Pioneer on Wednesday and drink a little too much? I'm actually having dinner with my dad on Wednesday night. So I'll be in Toronto, but I don't think I'll be done before 9 or 10. Which your dad's invited to. Well, that's very nice of you, Michael. So maybe this time we are supposed to bring in Blood Moon. Ragavan's obviously poor. And then EE's okay because we can sneak it through our chalices. Yeah, I would love to do that, Mike, but I'm just not free. But I'm there on Friday, and I haven't found a place to stay. I should pester my one friend about it, actually. So I can stay over Toronto on the Friday night. Halsey. Alright, so we're against Hammers. I'm going to try Blood Moon this time, and the cards that actually don't seem good here are... Smashers? We got super outclassed on the Smashers last time. The dad joke. It was the dad joke. Obsidian Charmaw? Oh, you want card Obsidian Charmaw? It might be better than Smasher, actually. Need some Sagas. Sagas make it cheaper. That's the most important thing. Like, Sagas and, is it just Saga? And Inkmoth Next Eye. Yeah, yeah. A whale. I was trying to figure out what Veil was. Is this a keep? Probably not. Light on interaction. Yeah, it destroys any non-basic. It just gets cheaper by the colorless non-basics, which is weird, but whatever. Yeah. Looks fine. I mean, there's no Fury. That's what I'm afraid of, but I don't think we should realistically just mull to a Fury. We're gonna get Thought Seized, aren't we? Yep. Called shot. Oh, there was a couple of high-placing Velomachus finishes, Halsey. They took the smashing? What? Okay. Nexusis? Is that a Susurrus of Nexi? I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Did I ever? Probably not. Hello. So we got Stomp online. Next turn we Blood Moon, Stone Rains them. And then if they have the third, they don't have the third mana. It's so good for us. Oh my god, that's so good for us. It's less good for us. But then we've got E on 1, so we'll be able to recover even if they have a hammer. I should kill this now, because otherwise they're going to draw a card next turn anyway. Like, obviously I know I want to pop my E on 1 soon anyway, but it's like, it is what it is, you know? I know, it is what it is. So, I guess they need double hammer to kill me here. Their colors are goofy now, though. Choice. Whoo! Ha ha. Wiki wiki wow wow. West, Jim West, Desperado, Rough Rider. No, you don't want nada. None of this. Running this. Gunning this, Buffalo Soldier. Yikes. Alright. They found the hammer. I'm dead. I'm just dead. I'm not dead. I'm just dead? I'm not dead. What? Opponent, why? Why am I not dead? Why am I not dead? Okay. I mean, whatever. I'll take it, I guess. I guess I die anyway, but like... But I should have died there, not here. Does E on 0 save me? No, not quite. It's close, but not quite. I needed 1 something. The TKS there felt loose? What was I supposed to do? I wanted to make sure I wasn't getting got by anything, but I guess... Like, what? I didn't really have... Well, so we die to E on... We're at 2, Mord. I think I have to E on 0, kill the 2 Mem Knights, and then find a way to E on 1 and pass? I meant last turn, I guess. I don't know, that feels... That feels even more loose to me, but I don't know. Maybe they screw up combat, yeah, I guess. But I feel like putting it on 0 is a way better way to get them to screw up on combat. Like, maybe they keep the Stoneforge back for nothing. Oh, yeah, if they don't move the Shadow Spear pre-combat, we'll only take 1. Opponent? Are you reading this right? Buy the Lurrus. Just do it. Tap your Stoneforge Mystic, buy the Lurrus. What have you got to lose? This game is free. Oh my god, what a draw. I'm not convinced they know how to read at all. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. There's no way out of that. I don't know. I don't agree with the statement that TKS was loose. I don't agree with that at all, but it may not have been the correct choice, but I don't know about loose. Like getting a read on their hand, and like they top decked the Stoneforge there, right? The only thing that the only reason playing the TKS was bad is either they're going to top deck something excellent or they had double excellence in the hand. Yeah, sure, it's a lot more. I don't know. I just was like, but I didn't feel like I was making any forward progress at all by playing EE and passing. Then if they do nothing, what am I going to do? Pop it? And then what? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm clearing 2 Mem Knights. They still have the Stoneforge, so I don't know. I wanted to make sure we stayed ahead, not like, I don't know. Okay, this is definitely not good enough. That one is, though. Let's go EE on one. Yeah, I think so. Bottom cavern. That means I have to bolt myself on the Shatterskull if I want to make sure I have a wastes for when I resolve the Blood Moon. Unless I just EE on 1/2. But that means I won't be able to detonate it. And I would rather get it ahead of an Esper Sentinel. It just seemed... it only had 2 lands, Martinez, and it seemed really slow. Yeah, Thoughtseize done one again. Nope. Alright. Nice. I think I will play that. Yeah. Yes, opponent, you can have a card. You didn't hate it? I don't know. I just didn't feel like that was the kind of hand that was going to beat Hammer Time. Okay, this is Prismatic ending. Yeah, okay. Which is not too bad. Although I have to give them a card on the freaking Blood Moon, which is really annoying. Thopter. I do not have to give them a card on the Blood Moon. Okay. Perfect. Okay. I feel like our opponent's kind of giving it all away here. But maybe I'm wrong. So we get to kill the Pure Steel without them drawing a card. And this is another target for my EE that didn't draw them a card. I would just really like to draw one land here, please. Just one. It's not a land. Yeah, well, we gotta give it to him. So we got that 2-for-1 a second ago, but now we're giving them another card. I got their Luris mana. Another Pure Steel? Rough. They don't have a hammer, do they? Paying costs for something. Yeah. Is it tunneling, Kaya? I kind of would rather play Matter Reshaper here than pop my EE because they're going to grab their Luris next turn and then they're going to play the Luris and I don't want to just like take these free hits forever. Obviously, if they draw a hammer at some point soon, it's bad. People are going to call me loose for doing this, but I don't know. I think it's like a losing game to do nothing again. So they don't have a hammer here, because if they did, they would have attacked with all. No, they would have played it first. They don't have Sigarda's 8, obviously. Jesus, Zach. Toboggan 9, thanks for the follow there. Nice for Sentinel. Picking up the spear. Picks up Luris. There we go. So they don't have enough white mana to play anything. Gosh, we cannot hit a land to save our lives. Land would have been so good there. Stay the course, I guess. And again, if they draw a hammer, we're dead, but that's fine. Kinda in that spot. Now you want pudding? Pudding's pretty good. Hello, Luris. You can't cast anything. Can we get a shock off the top? Push the Shadow Spear on Luris. Okay. Well, we haven't died yet, so... Oh my god. So they get a second Pure Steel here, which just like doesn't do anything for them at the moment. As soon as they draw artifacts or the equipment, it will be problematic. I think we can attack with this though, because they could trade Pure Steel for it without caring. But I'd kind of want to flip my Matter Reshaper into a more relevant card, and then if I'm hitting them for any amount of damage, it's fine. Just find the Stoneforge and kill me. Okay, they didn't find the Stoneforge. Find the hammer? Okay. This Thopter's going the distance, man. Going full speed. This already has lifelink. Like, whatever. They have 2 Sigarda's Aid in their hand still. You said a range of a Bonecrusher? Yeah, I mean, sure. But, I mean, if I drew a Bonecrusher, I could EE and then do that. So I really don't... Want to trade this for anything? No. No, Reshaper's the only thing I want to trade right now. So they're just going to Memnite block it forever. That's fair. Hey, opponent, your flying shit's not going to get through anymore. Bam. I really wish that could target basics, but... Bigger can't be choosers. Memnite. Is it weird to anyone else that on like a bunch of these cards they do abilities in weird orders sometimes? And I feel like flying should be first like every time. There's like a bunch of stuff like cast triggers they usually don't put first. This is like super deceptive. Like the fact that this card has haste is like so easy to miss. You really expect it to be front and center. Alright, so they have 1 unknown. Let's find out what it is. This is a saga. From when they're relevant? Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a method to it. It's just, there's like no reason to attack. They just keep jumping with Memnite. Although, well, they just keep jumping with Memnite, but then I also have, alright. And then they can needle me with the Shadow Spear, but I don't really care. Alright. Aha! Winning this damage race now, opponent. Yeah, no, I mean, I get it. It's just like, I feel like static text that's relevant when something's on the battlefield should always be first, and obviously that's not true. It's just like the fact that, was it, no, Worldbreaker? Worldbreaker has reach, and it's like literally buried between like 2 other paragraphs. That the first one's a paragraph, the second one's just like a single line, which is you can return it from your graveyard for colorless energy. But that's an insanely good draw. I can play this on 0 to block the Thopters from coming back, but this is way better. And now I can pop the Shadow Spear and the Sentinel, which doesn't make my attacks too much better, but it makes them better. I don't really have a reason to pop this right now. I don't know, maybe I should have put it on 0. We'll find out. Nice, Jacob. 4-1 again. Spike wishes he could have your records. Well, I guess you're not saying at which point you hit your loss. You're not playing for the 5-0s each time. Because he's been doing a lot of 0-1 drops and like 2-1 drops. He'll probably get a trophy off stream, though. They found a hammer. Enjoy. It's a very strange game we've found ourselves in here. Just would like to find a piece of removal for Luris. You feel weird being upset about it? That's okay to feel upset about it. It's okay to feel weird about being upset about it. Okay, this changes things a little bit. Because now I want a Chalice on 2. and start getting a little bit more aggressive. Does that make sense? No, we Chalice on 0, right? But if I'm going to... We draw enough lands, we'll be able to obligate Lurrus and replay EE. That's true. I think I'm supposed to put this on 0, right? Yes, 100%. Yeah. This keeps freaking me out, and I think I'm Chalice checking myself. Stupid Esper Sentinel. This is also really good because it stops the Smith from growing in most cases. Might pull through this on the Chalices. Putting on 2 stops them from doing Stone Forges, and that's true. Block the Shaper with Smith. I know. I really wish. Where's Big Mama Emrakul to help us out and just let us mind control our opponent? Mind control. What are you gonna do? Attack me? What? You kept it on Lurrus forever, and now you're like... Whatever. Alright, so they can't remove 1 Blood Moon. I don't need to play a 2nd Blood Moon. Are they gonna trade it for the Shaper and the 3 life? Maybe. Yeah, they are. Thanks, OP. Let's draw Fury. Let's draw Fury right now. Cavern of Souls. Not quite. But not bad. Yeah, they were helpful there. Okay, so but most things they can flip into aren't scary. You gotta keep them separated. You gotta keep them separated. There he is! The big boy! Alright, so take out Lurrus and I guess the Smith? Yeah. Lurrus Sentinel Smith? I can't, they won't, it's not, 2 + 2 + 1 is not 4. Unless you didn't notice the... So I can't also pop the EE. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I mean, that would be the obvious one if they didn't have the... Now we can attack with Bonecrusher. I'll trade for Pure Steel plus Memnite. You could pop EE and pitch cap. No, I'm not doing that. Yeah, we could have done that. Is it worth attacking with the Bonecrusher here? If they're smart, they'll trade the Esper Sentinel plus a Pure Steel. But that's if they want to. Nah, it's not worth it. Put on a 7, and then next turn we grab one of their creatures, and I think the attack is lethal. I'll math it out first. So I'll have 7 creatures. The smallest one is a 2 and a 3. And they'll have 3 creatures, so I'm getting through for a minimum of... They're dead, yeah. I can't believe we ground that game out. That was wild. So, yeah. I mean, we lost... We split the 2 matches against Hammer. I felt like the second pilot maybe was a little bit more inexperienced. I'm not sure. Same with the Jund Sacrifice player. They really didn't... They lost a lot of points all over the place on stuff I could see. Like, it was just onboard tricks, and they just missed damage. So, I think this deck is probably better than it looked like it was there in that whole league. But in the places where it was impressive, it was impressive. I can see how the red cards kind of shore up some of the weaknesses that the Eldrazi mid-range plan has. It's kind of the flip side of Eldrazi Tron. It's like Eldrazi Tron has the nut draw big mana ways that your games can go, and then this deck is just like more leaning into the like aggro mid-rangey stuff. Oh, Jacob, thanks for the tier 1 sub. You're already a hero, but you are even more one. So yeah, that's this guy. Yeah, hopefully Kaya doesn't go through my replay and just crush me on all my misplays. But at some point soon, I hope we get the Tunneling Cat on here for an Etron co-stream, because I would love to learn from her in person and have her actually criticize my own decision making, because it's easy to watch the stream and see how all the lines are very obvious from the perspective of a pro pilot. But anyway, if you're in the future watching this on the YouTube, make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, check out any of my other videos you're interested in, and I will see you